Hey everybody, it's Star and Nadya again, and we're going to talk about our encounter, well, my encounter with Bast, and she obviously is going to give the final thought because it ended up being for her. um, Again, I was at work and I was getting glimpses of information, and it happened to be a cat-like lady, which we all know who Bass is, or many people do anyway. And I was kind of confused because, well, first of all, I'm a dog person, and it's a little weird, but she came and she was very respectful and wanted to show me some things and kind of wanted me to remind somebody something. So she came respectful. I was like, all right, well, let me hear what you got to say. And she showed me images of the pyramid and like this river that ran from it. And it was kind of sandy on both sides. And I was kind of standing like next to her in the sand looking towards this pyramid, which I assume was a temple of some sort, because I can see kind of like the doorway, but I couldn't walk in it because that wasn't for me. That was for her special people, not me. But, and above the pyramid, there was like this eye symbol thing. So I was like, okay. I know in Egyptian writing that you do see that eye shaped a lot. I don't remember what it was called offhand. Do you, Nadya? The
Eye of Horus or the Eye of...
the last one broke up.
The Eye of Horus or the Eye of Ra?
Raw. Not really sure which one that was, but she kept wanting me to remind somebody of something that they did as a child or younger state. So I knew my sister was exploring different paths or spiritualness, and so I contacted Nadya because she's the only one I knew that has spoke about Bass in the past, but I didn't know anything about when she was younger, any connection that she did with this particular entity. So I called Nadya. And what did you tell me?
I don't remember.
You told me, I
It
remember
was so long ago.
you telling me the story of a report that you did.
Oh, yeah. When I was in 7th grade, I did a history report on mummified cats and on Bast.
Which I didn't know until that day that she did that, because it never really came up.
Yeah, that's that's also when I made my dedication to Bast.
I didn't know about that either, because when you find cool weird people and they're your friends, you don't really talk about your kid weirdness. Like, I couldn't even remember all the weird stuff I did as a kid. But anyway, so that was new information to me, that Nadia had did that when she was a child. And this entity had brought that up to remind her of what she did as a child. So I didn't feel like this entity was, like, she was stern, but she was kind of motherly, like maternal. I don't know how to explain it. But she was very respectful, and but she also needed or would like to have Nadya talk to her again, or at least contact her again. She didn't push the issue. She didn't use any fear tactics. She just made a simple request. I said, well, all right. So I gave Nadya the information, and I think Nadya was pleased with it.
I was.
Um, and that's really all I have to do with Bass. Once gave the message, my part was played, so the rest was on Nadya, because, like I said, I don't really follow any particular entity like that, so I was doing her a favor. But funny thing on me is, after that, I went and played an Egyptian game in the casino that had all the different god and goddesses on there. You know, Bast, Thoth, all the different ones, right? And I actually won. I got like a whole bunch of Bass and won like $100. So she paid me. That's the way I look at it. That's pretty cool. Sometimes spirits do stuff like that, you know. But would you like to share any of your once I gave you the message, what happened after, or your connection with her, or your relationship with her now?
Yeah. After he gave me that message, and after the road opener working that did with Voodoo,
Breaking up.
I can't get much closer.
Y'all bear with
So,
her. She's on a cell phone, so
yeah. Is that better?
yeah, I can hear. We can hear you now.
Okay. So after I got the message from Charlotte, and after I did the road opening, I rededicated myself to Bast. I had been a follower of hers since I was 12 years old when I tried to commit suicide. And following her as my deity has given me the strength that I needed to get through a lot of the things that were happening in my life at that time. And Bast is not just an entity, a deity of pleasure and sensuality and all those other things associated with her. People tend to forget that she is a warrior deity. She is a defender, and she has a soft spot for children, childbirth, and she is a very fierce and
Breaking up again a little bit.
I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah.
So afterwards, my life really settled. My life got a lot better. A lot of the chaos and the drama and the trauma was over.
She sounds like a pretty cool woman.
She is.
I gave her. I gave her. I went ahead and gave you her message, because, like I said, she came very respectful. I mean, she was stern in what she wanted, and you could tell she don't take no poop. But at the same time, she she understood to get respect, you must also give respect. So,
Yes.
uh, I really don't mind, if she wants to come visit or say hey. But uh, we can briefly discuss, which I did the video on part 2 first, of the other entity that was actually trying to, uh, I guess, get you in their corner instead. And
Yeah.
we had talked about that one. I think at the time you were researching, or it was a big part of one of the groups we were in, that particular
I was
entity.
doing, before we joined that particular Facebook group, I was researching things like Bruya and Santeria and things of that nature, and that's why that particular entity came to speak with you. But in Mexico, Santa Muerta is a big and deity. But in other Spanish communities and cultures, she's considered a demon. And so I was kind of getting away from that, which is why I think she came to see you. But after that incident that you had with her, that was a big hell no. I'm not going to follow you if you're going to disrespectful.
Yeah, she was pretty forceful, to put it nicely. Um, if anybody wants to catch that story, it's in a video that I did before this. It's the I forgot what I titled that thing.
I think you titled it, "Oh no, you didn't."
Yeah, I did. I did title it that. Oh no, you didn't. Yeah, that's the other entity that's part of this story. But yeah, she went about it the wrong way. I mean, just the song with the baby screaming in agony, like who does that? Like I was not happy with that. But um I mean, I don't pick entities to follow like that. I work for God, but I mean, I am kind of glad. If I had to choose, I would have gone with Bast myself. So she was cool.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Santa Muerta, she is a cooperative deity. That's why a lot of people into follow her or work with her, because she will give you what you ask for as long as you pay her.
Yeah, but see, mine and her situation was a little different because I think she knew. First of all, I'm not gonna follow her. I don't have no purpose to follow her. I have no interest, and I already got my spirit council set. She was coming to me because she needed or she wanted something from me. But instead of coming and offering a nice deal or payment, she decided she was going to try to force me to do what she wanted. And, you know, there's nothing she can give me that, or there's nothing I would want from her. There's really nothing I particularly need from her. So I guess she thought that tactic would have worked better, but it failed. Failed big time. I mean, I don't know. But Bass sounds cool. Like anybody that like to research her, I believe she has a sister, so don't get them confused. Um,
Her sister is Sekhmet,
yeah,
and they are flip sides of the coin. So Bast would be like the nurturing aspect of sun, health, vitality, things like that. Sekhmet would be the destructive aspect of sun. Um, the legend says that her breath created the desert.
you're breaking up
So
when that
it's
last one.
very it's It's very desiccated.
Okay. But I find this really interesting. Nadya, researcher, she's the one that reads all this history and books and looks up all that stuff. So I just have visions and stuff, and then I go to her, and she does all the paper trail. Which kind of works out because I can't be a legit seer if I'm like got all the information already. So I just tell her, and she researches a lot of the stuff, so we can put what I'm seeing in visions versus what she's like researching, and see what matches and all. So we actually did. I remember we looked up a map or something of the river,
Yeah.
and
The river's
had
not there anymore. It was actually a canal.
it like
It was a
moved
canal.
or something, and
No, it dried up.
dried up, and
Yeah.
because we were kind of disagreeing on whether it was still there or not. And she's like, no, it's green and stuff. And I'm like, no, it's sand. I'm pretty sure it was sand that I was standing in, in the vision. And we looked it up, and it is, it did dry up or whatever, and it was more sand there than it originally was. So, interesting fact and fun. We do discuss things a lot. So I guess that's really all for Bass right now. You have anything you want to add? No?
No, I can't think of anything else.
All right. Well, I guess we're done for this one.